Hey everyone, it's Thursday, and as promised, I'm delivering you the map update. So let's jump straight in. So around Dvorichna, here at the north, I've described last time that there is a kind of difficult tactical position, but as I understand, this is also somewhat of a low priority for Ukrainians because they are quite okay with having this as a natural barrier for current positioning so far, and they don't see the reason why they would need to push and try to attack into this direction. It is not one of the major strategic targets. So if they're going to be able to break it, good. But if not, again, not something that we should worry about. The most important part is obviously right now the road towards Svatove. And this road here, we have some really good news. Remember, there was Kislivka to the Baivka line. Ukrainians were able to essentially come from this side. I was telling you about that Pishena last time was liberated. It was actually this one, not this one. This one is apparently more or less already has been liberated. But we now know that Tabaevka is also has been supposedly liberated. There has not been video proofs of that, but we know that Ukrainians have actually captured some footage where they're standing on the road at this place here. So we can assume pretty confidently that by this point the Russians are pushed beyond the road around this area. So this obviously opens the road, and around Zmiivka here already I know that there are some fighting going on here. So slowly but surely Ukrainians are advancing along, securing the road for their advance towards Svatove, which is really good. It's not happening maybe as fast as we would like, but we need to understand that there has been two massive advances for Ukrainians, and attacking takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of skill, and it also demands a lot from the forces. Ukraine does not have the resource capacity to essentially just get all their forces dry in this war, right? Because they don't want to lose the territories back to some kind of Russian counteroffensive. So they're doing it a little bit more with some good approach to it. So they're trying to get their forces to relax. As I said, we're expecting that maybe some rotation is happening right now because there has been reports that some of the units in Ukrainian army has been quite tired because they've been fighting. Now, around this area, I wanna talk a little bit about this because there has been some confusion in the recent days where we know that Ukraine has taken Zarichne, Liman, it's like these areas, and they're quite confidently have been in control of this area. However, randomly in recent days, someone decided it's like no, Russians, they actually counterattacked and they took they almost took Makivka, Lyubivka almost, and they like almost took Zarichne, and they established themselves along this area, and this was mostly peddled by the Russian sources. I was really interested in it. It was like maybe I missed something, right? Because in my perspective, nothing happened. Because whenever I followed the news and reports, I always said like, oh, there was an attack on Terni, but it was repelled. There was an attack on Yampolivka, but it's ours now. So Russians maybe tried to do the push here and capture it, but from my sources, it feels that all of these attacks have been repelled so far, and there has been video proofs from the like today and the day before where Ukrainians were comfortably walking along the villages. For example, I saw the video from Yampolivka, and I'm gonna just show it a little bit here. It's not Terni, but basically in the area this around above Terni here there was a video. So that's why I'm not completely sure where the gossip about capturing these settlements came from, but maybe Russians attack and did push into those settlements for a short while, but then they quickly pushed back. But all in all, I can tell you for sure that as far as I'm aware right now, it is Ukrainians who are in control. And we've seen video footage from the area where Ukrainians are walking around quite confidently. It's a hard position to essentially advance for the Russians because there is not many places where they can then stop without being pushed all the way back. So all in all, this area is fine and secure. We shouldn't worry about this. Now, I can't believe I'm going to talk about this again, but I think every video must have its own Bakhmut segment, because I make a video, maybe 1 2 days pass, and people like they like some people. Let's put it this way: some people have like a goldfish memory, because in every video I explain that, well, Bakhmut is fine. There is nothing that is threatening Bakhmut. You know, it's like, yes, Russian maybe capture some of the villages here. You know, they're trying to push because they have the artillery advantage and so on. But Bakhmut is so far from the taking. There is not even any fighting inside of the city area, and like, you don't need to be completely like a tactical mastermind to see that to encircle the city, you need to kind of have an encirclement and maybe cutting some of these roads, then before you can say that the settlement is encircled. Yet there is always someone that says, oh my god, I watched some other channel and they say that Bakhmut is about to be taken. That like that is it. Like, well, firstly, let's address point by point. First, let's address the point of Bakhmut is going to be taken. So what? The important question is, so what? Taking Bakhmut does not give a major advantage for the Russian forces. It was important before Izium fell, because, again, there was an idea that taking Bakhmut and then encircle Sloviansk, Kramatorsk. It is not anymore the case. Taking of Bakhmut is nice because it allows to use the roads. Yes, you kind of expand your area of advance. Very nice. But it's not going to change the war. Secondly, the Bakhmut is not even close to being encircled. Again, there is no fighting inside the city area of Bakhmut. The only kind of major fighting that is happening right now, which are we talking about, is around Opitne and Ivankharat, where Russians are trying to advance, and then a day later Ukrainians come in and kick them out. This is far from the city still. So please, if you ever see again a comment that someone's saying, oh, I watched channel XXX, some channel, and then they say that Bakhmut is about to fall, please, I don't want to go over this in every video. Bakhmut is fine. It's gonna be okay. Chill. Have some trust in the armed forces of Ukraine. They have proven themselves more than capable. We have positional fighting on the other directions. Pretty much nothing much happening. Around Kherson, now here is, I'm gonna twist the tables. Here is where we have a lot of propaganda from Ukrainian side, most importantly around Snihurivka. Snihurivka is a big important forepost. Like, think about like a mini Bakhmut here, if we're talking about Bakhmut from that side. So, and every day I'm hearing that, oh, Snihurivka is about to be captured. Oh, Snihurivka is about to be captured. It's actually already, like, Russians already left. There is no one there. No. There is still defense in there. Snihurivka is not captured. There's always fighting in that area, but it's a big defensive point for the Russians. Like, I already know some Ukrainian sources are claiming that Snihurivka is taken and Ukrainians are almost already cut the Russian lines and then encircled. No. Nothing like this is happening. Ukrainians have advanced quite far in the Kherson region. But again, this area, very high concentration of highly battle-capable Russian forces. They still have supplies. They still have resources. They're dwindling. Yes. Ukraine is doing a big attrition battle. Yes. But these areas are highly fortified. There are layers upon layers upon layers of trenches. There are layers upon layers upon layers of minefields. It's very hard to just start attacking and advancing. There are tactical moments here and there where, like, Russians are trying to attack. There was like an attack towards Davidiv Brid, and then Ukrainians hit back, yes, but it's still the same kind of line. So take it slowly. Again, the name of the game in Kherson is attrition and not allowing these troops to leave. There is a lot of army that is trapped here, and they are not doing anything to support the cause of the Russian military in Ukraine. They're just there to be sitting ducks. They're going to get starved until it's time to serve them. It's going to be fine. So chill. Now then, there is also some kind of army movements around Melitopol area, but I'm not going to comment on that for now. it's nothing worth mentioning. That's the situation around the map. I know that there are other channels that are covering a more tactical approach, but I think it's important to keep the big picture. And the big picture is that Russia is not attacking anymore. Ukraine is using its limited forces that it's having. It's getting supplied with the weapons, getting more equipment. So we're slowly but surely going to see as Ukraine become more and more strong, and then grind down the Russian army and the new Russian mobilized. And we already saw the videos of Russian mobilized surrendering around the Svatove area. I'm going to maybe put a video here. And beyond that, just to kind of wrap it all up, I'm going to leave you with a new age aerial combat that I've never seen before. It's a drone on drone action. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.